So tonight, we're diving into the rain-slick streets of Portland, where a war is kicking off. But this isn't your typical war, you know? There are no soldiers, no bombs. This one begins with whispers in the dark.
Okay, so our focus is on this group, a coterie of kindred, vampires. And as they rise for the night, they realize something is seriously wrong. Their city, their own hunting ground it's turning on them. All the systems that keep a modern city like Portland breathing, they're starting to just choke.
And that's the big question they're hit with right away. Is all this just a coincidence? Just a really, really bad night for the city's infrastructure? Or is there something or someone way more intelligent, way more malicious, pulling all the strings?
All right, Section 1. Let's dig into the first signs of this invisible attack. The coterie wakes up and boom, they're greeted by a city that's basically having a total systems failure. What's really unsettling here is the sheer scale of it all. This isn't just one little thing going wrong. We're talking rolling blackouts, just long enough to knock out security systems. A light rail train just stops, blocking a crossing. A huge bridge gets stuck. A water main just explodes, flooding a road for no reason. And under all of it, there's this weird, deep mechanical hum vibrating through the whole city. Yeah, this isn't just a bad night. This feels orchestrated.
So the chaos doesn't just stay citywide. Oh no, it gets way worse and fast. The attacks escalate, shifting from this big general problem to something deeply, chillingly personal.
So, you've got one member of the group, Stefan. He's in his high-end apartment, goes to take a shower, and nothing. Not a drop. The water's out.
And his frustration just builds. He heads out to go yell at the building staff, but guess what? The elevator's out too. There's this little sign blaming fluctuations in power supply. So now he's trapped, totally inconvenienced in the one place that's supposed to be his fortress.
And this is where you start to see the pattern, right? While Stefan's got no water, another guy, Zane, wakes up to the lovely smell of raw sewage bubbling up from all his drains. Their phone calls keep dropping. The power outages feel surgical. The point isn't just that it's annoying. The point is the intelligence behind it. Somebody knows exactly who they are, where they live, and they're hitting each of them with these personalized little plagues.
Okay, so the city is a mess. Their homes are under attack. The group is desperate. They turn to the only clue they've got, this weird old letter from their past.
So how do you read a letter like this? Well, you turn to blood sorcery, of course. They've got Joshua, he's a Tremere. And if you know your lore, you know that clan is all about blood magic. He does this ritual, using his own blood to literally pull the secrets off the page. He's just hoping for anything, a name, a reason, something to explain this invisible war.
And believe it or not, the ritual works. But the message they get is absolutely chilling. It talks about decades of chaos being upon them, how the city is now a viper's nest, and it closes with one super ominous command: watch for the serpent.
But here's the thing. The ritual gives them answers that just open up a whole new can of worms. They figure out who wrote it and that it's been around since they got to Portland. And this is huge. They find out an enemy had their hands on it after it was written. But look at what they don't know. Who or what is the serpent? How did the enemy get this letter? Instead of solving things, this clue just cranks up the paranoia to 11.
And right when they're trying to wrap their heads around this serpent thing, the enemy changes tactics. They shift from messing with pipes and power lines to messing with their minds. And this is where it gets really, really disturbing.
So they're all meeting in this old, converted school. Suddenly, there's a soft knock on the door. One of them, the Undertaker, goes to answer it, and he sees a nun, someone he recognizes from his past. She's begging for help, and then she just takes off running down the hall. He doesn't even think, he just bolts after her. He rounds the corner she just went around, and the hallway is empty. She's just vanished.
This is the truly terrifying part. They check the security cameras, and what do they see? They see the Undertaker opening the door to nothing, an empty hallway. Then they see him running, full tilt, down that same hallway, chasing absolutely nothing. The enemy didn't just cast some cheap illusion. They targeted him with a vision, something deeply personal that no one else could see. How do you fight that?
Now you've got to remember, all this psychological horror isn't happening in a vacuum. It's playing out against the backdrop of some seriously intense political pressure in the vampire community. This city is a powder keg just waiting to go off. So what's going on? The city's prince has called a blood hunt. And what that means is, basically, it's an official, citywide, sanctioned purge. And the target? The entire Nosferatu clan. You know, the ones they call the sewer rats. Every single vampire in Portland isn't just allowed to hunt them, they're expected to.
And just listen to the message being pushed by the sheriff, the prince's top enforcer. He's framing this whole thing not as politics, but as a matter of pure survival. The language is extreme. It's totally uncompromising. Basically, you're with us or you're against us. There is no middle ground.
So, let's recap. You've got an unseen enemy attacking your mind, and you've got this political mandate forcing your hand. It's no surprise the coterie is just fractured. They're paranoid, and they have absolutely no idea what to do next. And this really breaks down their deadlock perfectly. The Undertaker, he's totally shaken up by that vision, and he just wants to go on an all-out assault. But that's just suicide, right? The enemy knows their own territory. Zane thinks they can lure them out with bait, but these guys are masters of information. That's probably not going to work. And the most logical plan, gathering intel first, well, that's just too slow. All the while, the enemy is still out there, free to keep attacking them. They are completely paralyzed. Which really just leaves us with this one final, chilling thought. The city's infrastructure is a weapon. Your own havens are compromised, and you literally can't trust what you see. In a war where reality itself is unstable, the greatest threat might not be the unseen enemy, but the paranoia that's tearing them apart from within.